how to add an inventory item from returns items. It will also capture the cost and use your margin matrix to set a default selling price. So from my purchases, if I go to items to be returned, we're going to pull up a list here. Here I have an air filter sitting in my returns bin, but I decide I want to keep it and move it to inventory. So I can either click at the top or right click, move to inventory. It'll ask you to confirm. So I do not have that part number in inventory. So I'm going to click on add, tell it what category I want to put it in. Notice it brings over part number, description, default supplier. If there was anything in the manufacturer line, it would bring that over also. In pricing, here's my cost, and it's automatically looking at my margin matrix. So now it's going to set the selling price. Now bear in mind, if you have more than one level, it's just going to be a default sell price. So if I need to change the other levels, I just right click and I can edit those. So for example, I may want to edit a second or a third level. Once I have it in, I hit save, click, and apply, and it moves it over to inventory. And one thing you want to be very careful with on this is it's going to look at how your margin matrix is set up. So let's go take a look. We're going to go over to setup. Look at our margin matrix. So you'll notice I have one for batteries, general service, some tires. So those are the three things that you would normally bring into your inventory. Now let's go look at rules. So you'll see this battery is using a material line tag. Tires, a material line tag. And general is just any material line. So if I were to bring a tire or a battery over to the inventory from the returns bin, it's going to use this rule. Why is that? Here's how this is set up. By having a tag, that means the service package line item itself is set. So if I go to services, pull up batteries, we'll go look at the job. Open the battery line itself. Tags, there it is. So that's a line tag that will not affect bringing over a part from returns bin. Has nothing to do with it. So if we go back over to purchases and bring over this battery, here we have a battery. Move that to inventory. I hit add. You see, it's not going to use the battery matrix. It's going to use the general. So at this point here, I might want to go and set up what I'm using. There we go. Apply, and now that moves it in and it sets it at the correct selling price. So you want to be a little bit careful with that when you're bringing parts over. Now another part of this feature in the setup itself or from the utilities, if you actually go to inventory and enter a brand new part in the inventory, it works exactly the same way. So if I go to add a new battery here, for example, or any part, it will do the same thing. So it will look at your margin matrix. It's going to also depend on how your rules are set up.